Well, it's true that within the Communist Party of China, there's always been a kind of internal struggle, or you could say, a structure where pulling each other down results in mutual destruction. This structure has existed for a long time, but now it seems to have reached its limit, leading to significant changes. That's what I'd like to talk about today, and to do so, I want you to take a look at this article. This article is from August, and it discusses how many regions in China are abolishing their attracting investment departments. Now, from a Japanese perspective, the first thing that might come to mind is, what are these attracting investment departments? So, let me explain. In Chinese local governments, there's something called an attracting investment department. Sometimes, it's an actual department with that name, and other times, it's a division within another department that does the same work, regardless of whether the name exists. The role of these departments is to attract large companies to their respective regions. When a big company comes in, it increases tax revenue, creates jobs, and has a significant ripple effect on the local economy. For example, if a factory is built, logistics companies profit, and businesses providing food for workers or related entertainment industries can also thrive. So, having a large factory in the area leads to economic revitalization. In Chinese local governments, these attracting investment departments work to attract not only domestic companies but also foreign ones. In Japan, similar activities are conducted to encourage investment in China, but from the perspective of these local departments, they want investment in their own regions. As a result, these attracting investment departments across various regions in China have become rivals. They all want to attract large factories because it brings considerable benefits to the local area. However, other regions are thinking the same thing, and when it comes to large investment projects, local governments end up competing with each other. What happens in the process is that, openly, they offer land. In China, land cannot be privately owned, it's managed by the government, which earns a lot of money by leasing it. Local governments across China offer highly favorable conditions for leasing land. They also provide tax incentives, allowing companies to avoid taxes for several years or offering reductions to attract them. Beyond this, they might even offer subsidies, saying, "It's expensive to build a factory, so we'll cover part of the cost." For local governments, this is initially a loss, but they believe the positive effects, such as increased jobs, boosted logistics, food services, and entertainment industries, will eventually outweigh the initial subsidy. This is what they openly promote. However, the final decision on where to invest is made by someone within the company, and in China, strong hospitality towards decision-makers is customary. By providing tailored hospitality, based on their hobbies or preferences, these officials work hard to ensure investment comes to their region. If someone seems motivated by money, it's common practice to offer personal financial incentives. Receiving money means the hospitality has been successful, and in China, it's generally understood that once you accept hospitality, there's an expectation of some form of return. This is in stark contrast to Japan, where accepting hospitality does not necessarily imply an obligation to proceed with a deal. Because of this dynamic, Chinese local governments compete intensely to offer more favorable conditions, leading to a situation where the competition has escalated to the point that even with these advantages, the local government does not see a net benefit. The departments tasked with attracting companies must deliver results, so they push through various incentives to lure companies, even if it ends up not being profitable for the region. This intense competition among local governments has worsened local finances. Even though using public funds for hospitality was known to be a problem, it was difficult to stop because it was a lucrative business for those involved. However, as the problems have grown too severe, a change in policy has finally occurred, much like with the one-child policy, which was also maintained until the situation became untenable. This year, Beijing intervened. During the National People's Congress, the central government issued a strong directive banning local governments from offering favorable policies in their investment promotion activities. This decision reflects how far things have gone, with local finances already deeply damaged. Some may wonder what will happen to the future of these regions if they stop attracting companies altogether. But what's becoming an issue in China now is overproduction. There's too much production capacity, and even though they want to export, Western countries are taking steps to curb the sale of high-tech products, making it difficult to sustain. In this context, Beijing's message is clear: it's time to slim down government activities and address the issue of deficits. This suggests that the Chinese economy has not yet hit bottom and that we should expect further economic decline. So, that's the topic for today. See you in the next video.